Hey everyone, welcome back to String Cheese and Applesauce, where today we're going to do this build of this Ultra Agents set. This is set number 70161, the Tremor Track Infiltration. Now this set retails for $20, which is not a bad price considering there's 241 pieces. Now don't get too carried away with the price per part ratio, because a lot of times there's just a bunch of small studs or anything in there. But either way, it's a decent ratio that you are becoming harder and harder to find with these sets. So this is going to be my second of the Ultra Agent sets to build that came out in 2014. I'm going to do a video and build of all of them. I'm kind of starting with the smaller ones and working our way up to the bigger ones. So we've already done the smallest one. Make sure to see my other videos. Check that one out. So we do have a nice and curled up instruction book. We have an equally curled up sticker sheet. And then we have 3 unnumbered bags. So that means we're going to just open them all up, spill the pieces right here on the table, and just get right into the build. Now there was a tiny bag inside of the first big bag, so I'll spill the contents off to the side, kind of keep the smaller pieces bunched together. Open up the other 2 bags. So there we go. So yeah, this bag had this probably has 80 to 100 pieces in it, but they're all so small. So like I said, don't get carried away with the parts per price ratio, because you could put 300 parts in a poly bag and charge $8 for it, and people will think it's a good deal, but it's just tiny little studs. It's not really that great of a deal. So let me pull all of the minifigure pieces out. There's only 2 minifigures in this set, which I guess is about right for a $20 set. Don't really expect it to have 5 minifigures or anything, unless it's one of those battle pack things, but and it's not. It's a standard Lego set. Okay, and he does have one of these new guns and a panel. Struggling to find. There's the panel. Okay. And some Chima Gorilla Claws. Where are those at? There and there. Alright, I think I got all the pieces now. So, our first minifigure that we're going to look at is called Agent Jack Fury. Jack Fury. Actually kind of cool looking. I like that head. I need to create a sig fig for myself. And that head may work for my sig fig. I like the stubble, kind of the little half beard. He's wearing a vest. He's got this cool printing on his legs, and the vest has some sort of chest plate. And on the back you can see the continuation of that vest. It's a pretty cool little vest. So we're in black hair, double printed face. So he has this kind of straight face, and then he has the not really a smile, more of a smirk. I like that. The cool black hair. And he does carry one of these little guns. It has this little trigger that you snap in. And they always give you an extra one of those triggers. Although, good luck getting it out. So you can see you push down on this trigger and it pops the little stud out. And the studs do fly pretty good distance. So he holds on to his weapon, and then he has this little shield, which is supposed to have a sticker on it. I'm not going to put stickers on this set. So there you go. That's Agent Jack Fury. Not a bad little minifigure. So the next figure is Tremor. So he is named, or the set is named after Tremor and his track infiltrator. So I'll show you his printing before I put the armor on. So you can see he has his red visor on his over his eyes and a lot of mech kind of body armor looking printing on his torso and his legs. You can see on the back torso there's an equal amount of that printing. And you can also see that there's a double printed face. So he kind of has this grimace face and then a straight face. And then on top of that is this huge armor piece that covers his shoulders, his chest, his head, and a little bit of his back. You can see it's molded with all these rivets and, you know, greebling, a lot of detail. And that's where you can see that visor piece lines up with it. In addition to that, he has these big gorilla hands. So Tremor is ready for battle with all this armor. That is our two minifigures. Agent Jack Fury and Tremor. Not bad. So let's go ahead and jump right into this build. Oh, I had a piece drop. I heard it hit the floor. Okay, so we're gonna build this little accessory piece first. Scoot some pieces to the side so we can see what's going on. I don't think this is gonna be that bad of a build. Although there are 200 and some odd pieces, I think it's gonna go pretty quick. So stick with me, kids. This shouldn't be that bad. Unless I can't find the piece I'm looking for. Sitting here all day. A lot of trans light blue in these Ultra Agent sets, which I like. I like using those pieces for water elements. Here's a cool little printed tile piece. This is 1x1 trans dark green tile. You see it has this little motherboard print on it. So it definitely looks like a computer chip. And then that goes right here in between this little handlebar and this panel. So you can see right through it. So maybe that's the secret motherboard chip that's being guarded under the glass. There is a interactive story app that you can download for your Apple or Android device, and it's supposedly supposed to tell you the story of the Ultra agents and what they're fighting for or against. So I'll have to check that out, but I would assume that this little microchip is part of that story in some way. Maybe somebody else has already downloaded it and they can tell me what's up with that. So that's it for this little accessory. It's just that little microchip storage area, and it is on a hinge, so you can push this back and you have access to that chip. Push it back in, push it back down, and it's locked back down. So let's go ahead and get into our Infiltrator, the vehicle element that we see on the box art. So this is the main attraction of this set. I think the minifigures are cool, and a lot of people will buy this set because of that, but let's not forget what this set was named after. I have 6 non-friction pins. A little sub build. Front headlight modules. And some rear lights. I like the way these vehicles, even though they're bad guy vehicles, they have safety in mind. They've got headlights and brake lights, so everyone will know when they're coming and when they're stopping. It's the details. You know, you can easily make these sets without those lights or details, but it makes it a little bit more realistic. And you can't really complain about that. have some yellow, trans yellow 1x2 plates here on the front, and a couple more red ones on the back. Have this dark sand color. It's not a very common color. I think it works great for the light sand and the dark sand. That combination works great for military type vehicles. Problem is we don't have that big of an assortment of parts in that color, so it makes it a little bit harder to make some of those creations. But hopefully sets like this will introduce more and more parts in those colors. Trying to figure, this is one of those models where I can't quite figure out what's going on with it yet. Usually when I build stuff, I like to try to guess what is going to do what, and this is one of those I can't quite grasp yet. When I see this pin sticking up, we have all these pins on the sides. You know, I can only assume this is for a flick fire missile or two here on the side. We have one little Technic extender piece here, clip piece here. It's just a lot of different stuff going on. I haven't quite figured it out yet. Now we have another vertical pin. Pretty easy build. There's really nothing complicated with it at all. Even with the few amount of Technic pieces in it, they are really not causing any type of complications whatsoever. So the age range on this set is 7 to 12. I think any 7-year-old is gonna have no issues building this set at all. I forgot that this set had those big claw looking things on the front, so I think I'm starting to figure out what's happening now. This mechanism here is basically gonna move whenever the vehicle moves, maybe not. Alright, try to do the first little claw piece, or fist. It's more of a fist, not a claw. This is where our part count's getting padded. We basically got 9 tiny little pieces. 9, 12, 15 pieces just on this one fist. 15, 16 pieces. 16 pieces times 2, that's 32 pieces on 2 fists. So you can see how those part counts can get padded pretty quickly. Okay, so this one goes there. Now the other one, it's going to be similar. Just the opposite hand. The exact same 16 pieces make up this other fist. And it looks like once we get these done, there's not too much left in this set. Okay, those are 2 fists. Couple plates on there. So you rotate this, and bam. We've got Rock'em Sock'em robot action going on. Alright, let's finish this build. Antenna on the side. Of course we have 4 flick fires. Yay, flick fires. So 2 of them go in the actual holder, and then there's a spare ammo clip on each side. So you flick one, you lose it and or put an eye out, and then you can reload it with your extra one that's clipped onto the side and repeat. All right, we have some wheels that are going to have a Technic pin with a dish on it to represent a hubcap of some sort. Each one of these connects to one of the non-friction pins that are on each side, and then our little tread easily fits over it. It's not a very tight-fitting tread, and these typically have not been. They're always kind of loose. So there we go. That completes the build. So we do have a few extra pieces, and this is the coolest extra piece anyone could ask for. We get an extra motherboard tile. That is cool. I really like that piece. The rest of the pieces are standard pieces that could typically get lost, but you also do get one of these long antennas extra. So another kind of cool piece. So Tremor, he fits right in there. And of course we have our big Agent Jack Fury, who does not have a vehicle. So he has this little bitty shield and a flick fire gun, who is going to try to defend against this, which ain't gonna happen. Sorry, Jack Fury, you're no match for these fists of steel. Anyway, that is our build of the Ultra Agents Tremor Track Infiltrator. It's a cool little set. Like I said, it's only the second one I've built. It's way better than the first small little one. I really am looking forward to all of the other Ultra Agent sets to come, which they will be on my channel. Make sure to stay subscribed and give us a thumbs up, a like. Check us out on Instagram, String Cheese and Applesauce. Get to see all these cool sets before they're even on YouTube. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.